Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Kebajikan, Shalom. The President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Joko Widodo, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore, His Excellency Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, Excellencies, Ministers and Delegates from the Republic of Indonesia and the Republic of Singapore, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Teratai Hall, Bogor Presidential Palace for Indonesia-Singapore Leaders Retreat. We will commence the signing ceremony of Memorandum of Understanding between the Government of the Republic of Indonesia and the Government of the Republic of Singapore. First, Memorandum of Understanding concerning Community Empowerment in Mangrove Ecosystem. To sign and exchange the documents, we would like to invite the Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs and Investment of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, and the Senior Minister and Coordinating Minister for National Security of the Republic of Singapore, His Excellency Mr. Theo Chi Hien. Thank you, Excellencies. Please show the MOU to the press. Thank you, Excellencies. Please show the MOU to the press. Next, kindly return to your previous positions. Second, Indonesia-Singapore Joint Update on Defense Cooperation. To sign and exchange the documents, we would like to invite the Minister of Defense of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Prabowo Subianto, and the Minister of Defense of the Republic of Singapore, His Excellency Mr. Ng Eng Hen. Thank you, Excellencies. Please show the MOU to the press. Next, kindly return to your previous positions. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the MOU signing ceremony. Next, we will announce 3 Memorandum of Understanding that have been signed by the Government of Indonesia and the Government of Singapore. First, Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation on Digital Transformation. Second, the extension of bilateral financial arrangement between Bank Indonesia and Monetary Authority of Singapore that comprises of 1. The amendment agreement to the local currency bilateral swap agreement. 2. The 6th amendment letter to the Memorandum of Understanding on repurchase transaction line. Third, Memorandum of Understanding concerning Human Resources Development Cooperation in the field of pharmaceuticals. In addition, the Government of Indonesia and the Government of Singapore have already agreed to launch a pilot project as the implementation of Memorandum of Understanding on the Indonesia-Singapore Tech Program. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded the signing ceremony and the announcement of pre-signed Memorandum of Understanding. May these agreements will strengthen the bilateral relations between Indonesia and Singapore. Next, the President of the Republic of Indonesia and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore will proceed to holding room for the preparation of a joint press statement. Of the Republic of Singapore are entering the Teratai Hall, Bogor Palace. Joint press statement by the President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Joko Widodo, and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore, His Excellency Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. To begin, we kindly invite the President of the Republic of Indonesia to deliver his press statement.
Yang Mulia Perdana Menteri Lee Hsien Loong, selamat datang kembali di Indonesia, dan Indonesia merasa terhormat menjadi tuan rumah Leaders Retreat tahun 2024, di mana ini adalah Leaders Retreat yang ke-7 kita, dan merupakan sinyal kuat bagi kontinuitas kerjasama kedua negara Singapura dan Indonesia. Tadi saya dengan PM Lee telah membahas beberapa hal. Yang pertama di bidang politik dan pertahanan, kami menyambut baik telah berjalannya implementasi perjanjian FIR, pertahanan dan ekstradisi yang kedepannya perlu dipastikan implementasinya berjalan penuh. Yang kedua di bidang ekonomi telah kita tawarkan beberapa peluang-peluang investasi, manufaktur tekstil di Kendal Industrial Park, kemudian ekonomi hijau melalui infrastruktur yang berkelanjutan dan pembangunan pusat data di Nongsa Batam. Saya juga mengapresiasi antusiasme 29 perusahaan Singapura dalam investasi di IKN, dan saya mengharap dukungan pembangunan PLTS di IKN Nusantara. Rencana ekspor listrik ke Singapura terus didorong, termasuk investasi industri hijau pendukung. Dan terkait ketahanan pangan, kami sepakat untuk mendorong kerjasama transfer teknologi dan pertukaran iptek pengolahan pangan. Dan untuk kerjasama produk halal, Indonesia mengundang Singapura untuk menjadi pengembang 3 kawasan industri halal, yaitu di Bintan, di Serang, dan di Sidoarjo. Yang ketiga, di bidang sosial budaya, kami telah membahas penguatan transformasi kesehatan melalui investasi pembangunan rumah sakit dan klinik, pengembangan kapasitas tenaga medis, digitalisasi kesehatan, dan pengembangan KEK kesehatan di Bali. Terkait pendidikan, Indonesia telah menyampaikan pentingnya reaktivasi kelompok kerja bersama, dan saya juga mengundang Singapura untuk hadir di World Water Forum ke-10 di Bali. Terakhir, kami juga berdiskusi mengenai persoalan isu kawasan dan global. Kami sepakat terus untuk mendorong terciptanya perdamaian di Timur Tengah dan berupaya untuk terus memperkuat sentralitas ASEAN. Selanjutnya, dengan hormat saya mengundang PM Lee Hsien Loong untuk menyampaikan pernyataannya. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Your Excellency President Joko Widodo, Ministers, ladies and gentlemen. I thank President Jokowi for his warm hospitality. This is my 7th Leaders Retreat with President Jokowi. We hold these retreats annually, except during the COVID years, and it is a signal of the high-level attention we have both paid to our bilateral ties. It's only natural that we do so because we are close neighbors and we are good friends with many common interests. This year's retreat is particularly special because it's the final one for both President Jokowi and me, and I'm very grateful that President Jokowi has made a special effort to host me and to have me here just a few weeks before I hand over for my last official visit as Prime Minister. Over the last decade, we've made excellent progress in bilateral cooperation in partnership with President Jokowi and his team. We have shared a commitment to deepening mutual understanding and to building strong relationships at all levels. Our defense cooperation has been regular and extensive. The joint update on defense cooperation we signed today reflects our robust defense ties. It gives me particular satisfaction because not only during the time when I was Prime Minister, but even before that as a Minister, and even before that when I was in the military serving as a serviceman, I have been working with Indonesia, and with the TNI, and before that with ABRI, and I'm very glad to see that these good relations have prospered and reached this stage today. Our economic ties have been another pillar of the relationship. Investments from Singapore to Indonesia have increased steadily, and cumulatively they are exceeding 74 billion Singapore dollars. We've also taken steps to deepen our digital economy cooperation. Earlier this year, we signed an MOU on cooperation on digital transformation, and now we are following up on the TechX program, which will encourage young tech professionals to gain valuable exposure in Singapore and in Indonesia. We look forward to Indonesia driving the green economy in our region. Bilaterally, we are making good progress in facilitating cross-border electricity trading, and we are exploring carbon capture and storage. We also signed an MOU on community empowerment in mangrove ecosystems just a few minutes ago, and I have suggested to President Jokowi that next we should look at the possibility of carbon credits. As close neighbors, trust and mutual understanding between us make all the difference. At our fourth leaders retreat before COVID in 2019, President Jokowi and I agreed it was time to work towards resolving some long-standing issues in airspace, defense, and extradition. We completed these agreements and they went into force last month. I thank President Jokowi and his ministers for their role in bringing these three agreements to fruition. They show that when we work together in a spirit of friendship and openness, we can address even the most complicated issues in a pragmatic and mutually beneficial manner. As this is my last leaders retreat with President Jokowi, I would like to especially take this opportunity to acknowledge his contributions to Indonesia and to the region. With vision and leadership, he has put Indonesia on a strong economic trajectory, confident and optimistic about its path ahead, and raised ASEAN's standing as a participant in international affairs with a view which is worth listening to and with a contribution which will make a difference. It has brought stability and progress to Indonesia and to the entire region. Indonesia is ASEAN's largest economy. When Indonesia prospers, the region prospers. Under President Jokowi, Indonesia has been a constructive voice in a divided world, as we witnessed during Indonesia's recent leadership of the G20 and also its recent chairmanship of ASEAN. I am honored to have had the privilege to work with President Jokowi throughout these years during his 2 terms as president. While this retreat is a fitting occasion to reflect and celebrate what we have achieved together, it's also about continuity and looking ahead. Typically, we hold 4-eye meetings at the retreats between the 2 leaders. But this year, we were glad to have an 8-eye meeting instead, with Prabowo and DPM Lawrence joining us. From the present leadership to the next, we committed to look ahead, to build on the strong foundation, and to expand our cooperation. I'm glad that President Jokowi and I are handing over the bilateral relationship in good state to our successors. And I have every confidence that Prabowo and DPM Lawrence will continue to bring the relationship to greater heights. May Singapore-Indonesia ties continue to flourish far into the future, or as you would say, Maju Jaya. Thank you very much. Thank you.
End of joint press statement. The President of the Republic of Indonesia and the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore will proceed to Garda Hall for a luncheon, followed by members of the official delegation.